Okay, so I want to hear stories from you.
I first or ทั้งข่าว
You can choose whichever who wants to tell a story first on bhavana. Maybe introduce yourself.
I will tell you about สุขวิหาริชาตกะ This is the story of Venerable Patiya. Venerable Patiya, who always lived with happiness. He was a relative of Buddha, was ordained with other 5 brothers, and Venerable Upali, who is their barber. Among this, 4 persons attain arhat. That are Venerable Patiya, Venerable Kimpila, Venerable Pakku, and Venerable Ubali. And Venerable Ananda attained Stream Emperor, and Venerable Anuruddha gained all-seeing vision, and Venerable Tevatatta attained power of ecstatic self-abstraction. In Thai, Atakatha said, he obtained jhana. Venerable Patiya, when he thought about comparison between living in the palace and living in the forest, he burst into this heartfelt utterance. Always say, "Oh, happiness, oh, happiness." But some monks who heard about his saying reported the Blessed One that Venerable Patiya is declaring the bliss he has won. But Buddha said to that monk, "This is not the first time of Patiya's life has been happy." So the Buddha told the monk about previous life of Venerable Patiya. Once on the time, in period of King Brahmatatta in Benares, Thai language says Paranasi. Bodhisattva was born in a wealthy northern Brahmin. Because of realizing of evil in lust, he sacrificed his property, prosperity, and ordained to become hermit and live at Himalaya with his 500 disciples. In rainy season, he traveled along village and came at last to Benares or Paranasi, living in area of King's Palace. After living there for 4 months, he wanted to come back to Himalaya. So he said to the king, but the king begged him that you are old, so please stay here. And he accepted and told the chief of disciples that you must bring this brother and went back to Himalaya So he went back to Himalaya and stayed with disciple, the rest of disciple. And one day he think about the master. So he visited the master. After salutation to his teacher, he lay down. He lay down beside the master. At that time, King Pamatatta had came to visit the ascetic, and the king saw that chief disciple still lay there and crying with passionate earnestness. Oh, happiness! Oh, happiness! The king, the king thought that uh, this this older disciple maybe had food eating and lay down with happiness, but the hermit told the king that no, because of his thought is compared with for the previous. In the previous, he was a king as you, that always have many guards to protect him, living with fear and much of duty to protect the people. But now he ordained and became ascetic and get rid of fear and live with no God. So now he has more happiness. Okay, that's the end. Can you understand me? Chantal?
Uh,
Yeah.
sort of.
You understand the story?
No.
No?
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Ah, my story is not from the Jatakas. It's about um, the shortest time it took someone to reach enlightenment through was Bahya Daruchirya. The story about him was that during in a previous life, during Kashyapa Buddha's sasana was close to ending. Him and six other monks, seven monks in total, they realized that okay, the Buddha sasana is degrading, is corrupting, is about to end. So this is the last chance we have to achieve enlightenment. So very they made this ambition, this vow to seek enlightenment no matter what, to um, to dedicate their life totally and completely to the achievement of the final goal. So they went into the forest and they found this cave that was very high up, and they made a ladder and climbed up the hill, up the cliff into the cave. And the seven of them decided, okay, we will stay in this cave, we will either die or find enlightenment. And in this way, they meditated for, I think, a couple of weeks or something, and um, four of them achieved enlightenment, and one of them achieved Anagami, and another one achieved Sotapatti, but the last one couldn't. He didn't achieve any Magga or Phala. I don't know about Magga, but he didn't achieve any Phala. but he still died with a lot of faith uh, and energy. So after he died of hunger, in during the Lord Buddha's time, he was born as I don't know what he was born after, but anyway, during Lord Buddha's time this person was born as an ascetic called Bahia Daruchirya. Um, he must. There is a story in the commentaries about him being shipwrecked and then managing to swim up to the shore, and he lost all his clothes, so he found some bark of a tree and just wore this. That's why he was called Daruchirya. Daru is I think it's firewood in Sinhalese, but it may mean bark in Pali, and Chirya means chivara. So he was a bahia of the bark robes, and he was must have been quite an accomplished meditator by the time he ran into the Lord Buddha, and he asked the Lord Buddha to give him a sermon, and Lord Buddha said, "I'm I'm going on Pindapata right now. I don't so I want to do this, and I don't really have time to give you a Dhamma sermon for too long." But he said, "It's okay, just give me a short one. I will understand what you say in short, in detail, similar to what Upatissa said to Venerable Asaji." So anyway, Lord Buddha said just few very simple lines. Ditte ditamatam, what you hear is just what you hear. No, what you see is just what you see. Sutte sutamatam, what you hear is what you hear. And then also what you touch is just what you touch, and what you think is just what you think. And based on this, he gained arahantship. Just by hearing this, he must have been quite accomplished in the jhanas, because through this he realized um, the anicca, dukkha, and anatta. And anyway, the story goes he wanted now to ordain in the sangha, but Lord Buddha said you need to have a robe, because in no previous life, again I think this is from the commentary, in the previous life he hasn't donated any robes, so he in this life he couldn't obtain any. We say that to become a monk you must have had to do a chivaradana in your past life to have enough merit to be a monk in this life. So when so he went looking for a chivara, but he died. He got because he was an arahant. He got not maybe because, but he happened to die because don't know the exact story of how he died.
Bull.
By a bull. Hmm. He was gored to death by a bull on his way. So this story shows the sheer determination that these seven monks showed to achieve enlightenment. They were ready to sacrifice their life in order to see the truth. And even though this one monk didn't find it in that life, he eventually found it, because this level of effort and this level of commitment did pay off in the long term, because it imprints in your personality, in your karma, real power. And you can see that because he managed to swim really far from the sea into the shore, and then was content just by wearing a bark cloth, and he became an ascetic and achieved high jhanas enough to gain enlightenment so quickly.
Okay, do you understand? Yeah, unmute. เปิดเสียง
ใครปิดอ่ะท่านปิดอ่ะ
Okay, do you understand?
ท่านคา said about พาหิยะ that's
Yeah,
right ท่านพาหิยะ
yeah.
in the previous slide he was ascetic but not enlightenment
He was
okay
a monk. He was a monk in the Buddha Shasana.
climb up to the hill
Yeah.
to meditation. Okay. For became Arahat ใช่ไหม
I think 4. I'm not sure the numbers, but it was 7 of them. And I think Bahima was the only one. Oh, the story is his friend who turned into an Anagami was the great Brahma Sahampati, who asked Buddha. I'm not sure about this either. Who was the one
อ๋
who
อ
asked Buddha to
สหบดีพรหมโอเค สหบดี
Did he came to ask the Buddha or he came to ask his friend?
Oh yeah, he asked his friend.
Ask his friend.
He asked his friend. He asked his friend to go and seek the Buddha.
Why he came down and said to his friend to see
he
the Buddha?
warned ใช่ไหม he warned his friend
Then you, out of compassion,
Huh?
you can realize the truth now. We are again in the Buddha Sasana.
Is that true? Why his friend from heaven come down and say
I don't
say
know.
to his friend say to his friend that go and see the Buddha?
Was the Lord Buddha close to dying then?
No.
No. I don't know.
So Daruchiriya, he thought that he was an arhat.
Oh, he was mistaken.
ใช่ใช่
So when his friend knew that he wasn't an arhat, so he without of compassion come down and told his friend that you are not an arhat. There is an arhat, the Buddha. You go, you see the Buddha and get the teachings from him.
He wasn't even a Satabhati.
No.
teacher I don't see your face
For him,
only half of your face
for him to think he was an arahant, he must have at least gained some jhanas, no?
No, what happened was when he come out from the jungle, and he didn't have any clothes to wear, so he was wearing a bark.
Yeah.
The people thought, oh, he is a very a saintly one. And then people began to respect him. Yeah? And as people began to respect him, and he thought, oh, I am an arhat. So people also accept him as arhat. And people brought clothes to offer, and then he, oh, no, this is good enough for me, like that.
So he was conceited.
Yeah, so that's how he was deluded that he was an arhat. But his friend from heaven come down and told him off that you are not, and go to see the Buddha instead. And then seeing the Buddha within a short teachings, he became an arhat. But unfortunately, his karma wasn't what's called overridden by the arhat. From his past deed, this bull comes and hears him death.
ใช่ต่อมาท่านก็บรรลุอรหันต์แล้วก็เป็นคนที่ทำหนังสือใช่ไหมเจ้าค่ะ
No. He became an arhat and he died on the spot after left the Buddha.
พระองค์นี้ชื่ออะไรอะเจ้าค่ะ what is
Daruchiriya.
ฮะ
Daruchiriya.
ดารุใครอะหมอไม่เคยได้ยินเลย ดารุ
What is Daru?
Okay.
ท่านสุชนเขียนในแชทได้ปะชื่ออะไรอะเจ้าค่ะ
Okay, let's okay. So your story is about attaining a happiness after being a monk.
No after attain อรหันต์ because at อรหันต์ status there are so much happiness
Yeah. But he became a monk and then attained arhat later. Yeah.
ก็พัทยา who is Buddha relative.
When he was saying that this is so happiness, this is so happiness, even the king, when the king was visiting, king felt afraid of it. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so that is about the bhavana, and since we have been talking about bhavana a lot, I am not going to talk about it. Okay, I will move on to something else. Yeah? Do you have anything to
Okay.
share on bhavana?
Oh, we share many stories แล้วอ่ะ
What
ท่าน
is
ข่าว
bhavana?
Do you want to share some story ท่านข่าว I think I share so much story
No,
already.
I'm asking about the bhavana, not about the story. What is the bhavana means?
The bhavana means the way to practice to know about mind and body that
Mhm.
that lead to bring panya and wisdom can lead to liberation and free from desire.
Okay.
Mm.
Bhavana.
Do you want to say anything on that? Yeah.
Cultivation of cultivation of, I think, right view, trying to arrive at right view,
Okay.
developing samadhi and panya.
Okay. So that is a bhavana. I'm not going to go on that today, since we have studied and discussed on that a lot. Okay. We will go to, I will share this PowerPoint. Yeah. So this is the 10 meritorious deeds, yeah, punyakiriyavatthu. We have covered dana, we have covered sila, and we have covered bhavana. Yeah. And today we will focus on apachayana and vaya vachamaya. Okay. So this is a apachayana. Yeah. Apachayana maya. Maya. Apachayana maya. Okay. So this is paying respect and homage to seniors and elders endowed with the great attributes and conducts. So this is apachayana. Yeah.
Does it mean only senior commanders endowed with great attributes of conduct, or any senior and elder?
Any seniors. How do I? Paying respect and homage to the seniors, elders. And here supposed to be okay, endowed with the great attributes and conducts. So this is also part of the Charita Sila. Do you remember what is the Charita Sila means?
Jari means
What is the Charita Sila that we studied 2 days ago?
Charita.
Yeah?
Jari means
Conduct
have
sila. Paying
good
respect.
behavior.
Alright, so this is also part of the Sila that comes in Charita Sila. Okay, that means the individual's conduct, how one will pay respect and how one will take care and like that. Carry out the duties duties and responsibilities and looking after. And when they are coming, you are standing. When they are coming, you are giving hospitality, preparing for the seats and water for drinking, and like that. Okay, this is the apacayana respectful, not only at the front but also at the back. You are respecting these people. This is counted as a charita sila.
every every senior and elder, maybe that person may be bad guy. Huh? If if the seniors and elders are bad person,
They are seniors, so you have to.
Why though? They're bad people. I'm
but
not sure.
but I think if he has a bad guy, so we do not pay respect to the bad guy ไม่ใช่หรอ
They will think it's okay to keep doing bad stuff. People still respect me. I don't know. I mean, this is the difference between Asian mindset, I guess, and Western. But I don't know. I feel it's okay because maybe it will help you become more humble and less conceited and think I am better because it doesn't matter. You just do your job and pay respect.
Yeah. So we have to think of the law of karma. Whatever he has done is his karma. Whatever you're going to do is your karma. And when you pay respect, you get your wholesome deeds. not by them. Whether they are good or bad, your behavior counts. And whatever he or she is doing, that's their karma, not belongs to you. Yeah? So we have no what's called duties to judge simply because we dislike or simply because we think they are not behaving well. Our job is to just to be humble. Yeah, it's called arati virati papa. Yeah, humble.
ละตีวิรติปาปา
Yeah, that's in the Mangala Sutta, the highest blessings.
โอเคเจ้าค่ะ
Meanwhile, when we look at the sila, yeah, benefit of the sila, you can advise them to give up whatever wrong action they are doing. When you are introducing, you are not introducing or telling them with anger or hate. You're simply telling them to practice according to the sila and telling them the consequences of not practicing and being a bad. And all the karma that one that he is doing is he will receive that vipaka, the result, which will be not nice. You can tell them.
But you don't have to tell them.
You can tell.
But don't have
You
to.
don't have to.
Oh, okay.
You can tell. You don't have to. But again, if that is a good situation, good environment, it is better to say. It is better to tell them. Not, but do not expect them to follow. You can introduce, but do not expect them to follow whatever you have said. They will practice.
but ท่านสุชน
Yeah.
I think when some seniors and elders do bad things, so the result the result of karma is they don't have paying respect and homemade.
What do you mean?
อืม
They are not worthy of respect, you mean?
ไม่ถึงอย่างนี้นะหมอจะพูดเป็นภาษาไทยนะหมอนึกคำภาษาอังกฤษไม่ออก
Oh, what did they
คือ
say?
คืออย่างนี้ท่านผู้ชมถ้าเกิดว่าคนแก่ๆพวกนี้ทำตัวไม่ดีเพราะฉะนั้นเด็กๆก็จะไม่นับถือแล้วก็ไม่ยกมือไหว้อะนั่นคือเป็นกรรมอ่ะเป็นผลกรรมที่ได้รับอ่ะ
ก็เป็นกรรมของพวกเขาไง
แต่ว่าการที่เด็กๆไม่ยกมือไหว้อันนั้นน่ะก็จะทำให้เขาได้เด็กพวกนั้นก็จะได้รับผลกรรมคือพอเวลาเขาแก่เขาก็จะมีคนไม่ยกมือไหว้ใช่ไหม
Yes. So what she was saying is that elders are not respected by children or juniors, and that is because their karma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what they have done before. And similarly, children and juniors are not paying respect to the seniors. In the future, they will receive similar consequences. So that is, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So that is a law. That's why I was saying a law of karma. Yeah. So we have to take responsibility of our action, not others.
แต่นั่นคือว่าตอนที่เวลาเรายกมือไหว้คนแก่ที่ไม่ดีพวกนั้นเนี่ยเราไหว้เพราะว่าเขาแก่แล้วใช่ไหม
ในฐานะเป็นผู้ใหญ่
ในฐานะที่เขาเป็นผู้ใหญ่โอเคเจ้าค่ะ
We pay respect them because they are seniors. Yeah. That's all. Yeah. But if they have good virtues, then that even better. And we can see from our own action as well that how humble we become when we pay respect to someone who has got the good conduct, good sila. Yeah? That moment we are paying respect with full respect. Okay, so that's why this is apachayanamaya.
อัปปจายมัย
Actually, here not only the homage to the seniors, here should be one triple gem. Triple gem, seniors and elders, and also teacher here. Seniors and teachers.
Yeah, I think about Hitler.
Yeah.
Hitler, who the world know he's very very bad and killer. So we must pay respect to him. Huh?
That is a good point.
Actually, today is the real Holocaust Memorial Day.
You know หมายถึงว่าหมอหมายถึงว่าตอนที่ฮิตเลอร์ยังมีชีวิตอยู่อ่ะแล้วอย่างนั้นอ่ะแล้วเด็กๆก็รู้อ่ะเด็กๆก็รู้ว่าเขาเป็นคนไม่ดีอ่ะแล้วยังต้อง pay respect to him เหรอ
Well, Buddha did say like just having gray hair doesn't make you an elder.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It's just age.
ใช่ไหมถ้าเร็วมากๆเราก็ไม่ต้องยกมือไหว้หรอกจริงไหมเจ้าคะ
Yeah. What about seniors?
Individuals decision on that. While let's say while Hitler was alive, there are plenty of people respect him. Even now, plenty of people respect him too. That doesn't mean that we are supporting, but like that. So that's why it's not easy.
They're doing it to hate people.
Yeah. So it's not easy to define a person. Each and individual will have a different view on that.
But if you apply these rules, you must do to every elder and senior, no matter who they are or what they do, then you have to pay respect to Hitler as well.
Yeah. But your action is there talking. You're responsible of your action, not there.
Yeah. but doesn't mean I'm still not gonna pay respect to Hitler or
That means you are defining that person as a bad, a good or bad.
it's objective fact though. He murdered, killed.
But those days, that time, will you take it?
Sorry.
That time when he was alive.
Uh-huh.
Uh, that time when Hitler was alive,
Uh-huh.
at that time, you didn't know.
Yeah, well, maybe I did.
Huh? Maybe, okay.
Okay, example right now, do I have to pay respect to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi or the terrorists? They are older than me. They have gray hair, gray beard. You know,
ใช่
they are seniors technically because they have more power than me.
Mhm. Okay, I can't define here, but what I can say is here is talking about your action. Okay, you take a responsibility of your action, not about others. Purity and impurities, no one knows apart from you yourself that how you are, purity or not purity. Okay, and we all have, doesn't matter who, each and individuals have got their own reasons of doing something, and then if they know what they are doing and they know the consequences of it, they will not commit it. Yeah. So I don't know. Okay, all I can say is take your responsibility of your own karma. That's all I can say. Yeah.
โอเค
Okay, right. Okay, so this is the first one.
It's not black and white.
It's,
Nothing is.
yeah, it's not easy to say black and white in law of karma. Uh, even all terrorists, we say terrorist. There are so many people still supporting.
Yeah, freedom fighters.
Yeah. In our view, we say they are wrong, but in their view, they are right. We are wrong.
But objectively, they do wrong things.
Yeah.
But they just, some people think it's the right thing. You know, nobody thinks I'm the bad guy. They always think I'm doing this because of this. Like
Yeah.
I'm killing for my people.
Yeah. It's a kind of a survival instinct. Okay. Right. So this is the first the apachayana maya. Okay. So today it's a little difficult one. And the second is vaya vachamaya. Vachamaya.
เวยาวัจจะไม่
All right. So this is again a rendering service to help carry out duties and attending to the needs of a triple gem parents, teacher, and honorable people. Actually, here seniors as well.
อืม
Seniors. Okay. And here it defines you are not supporting, you are not giving service to a person who you think is not worthy. Okay. So this is a rendering service. Yeah, and this is also charita sila, part of the sila, the charita sila, not the varita. Okay, the charita, vaya vachamaya. So you are basically in supporting and service, giving service. Like when we talk about the triple gem, you are servicing the triple gem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, the propagation and guarding, and like you are protector, the teachings, and Buddha and Dhamma and Sangha, yeah? And you're protecting your
Teacher.
parents, yeah.
Teacher, this is the service to people ใช่ไหม not to temple
No, it's to people.
people okay
To people, to Dhamma, and also Sangha too. Yeah?
สังฆะโอเค
Vayavachamai.
When I sweep the leaf in temple, this is Vayavachamai or not?
Sweeping the temple.
Sweeping, sweeping the leaf in the temple.
You can, in a way, because temple is regarded as a
Sankha.
place where monks stays, yeah, and also place where people go and study the Dhamma, and where the Buddha is there. You know? So in a way, this is also Vayavachamai as well.
Everything is very much.
Yeah, everything is Vayavachamai. So. Actually, this is quite this is like a duties of a student, duties of a student and a children to the teacher and a parent. This comes in, I think I'm here mentioned here, like a parents, yeah. So parents mean for the parents, parents mean who one who brings forth their offsprings, given gift of our life. Genes give us for healthy physical shapes.
Offspring, what's the meaning of offspring?
Offspring, ลูกหลาน kids. Yeah, and yeah, and then they will care physically and spiritually. And then parents are like the God, okay, who has got these 4 qualities: loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. And they are the first guardian, they are first teacher, and then they are like an arhat living with us, arhat at home. Yeah. So
the first is อิทธิบาทสี่ใช่ปะเมตตากรุณามุทิตาอุเบกขา
Metta, this is Brahma Vihara.
โอ้ยชมวิหาร
Okay.
I always forget.
And then this is the practical advice. So I have been supported by my parents. Now I will support them in return. Okay. I will do their work for them. I will keep up the honor and traditions of the family. I will make myself worthy of the family legacy. I will make offerings dedicating merits to them after their death.
So, I do already. All fine.
And, this is their expectation. Their children look after them in their old age. Their children will perpetuate the good work for society they have already started. Their children will carry on the good name of the family. Their children will use the family wealth in a responsible way. When they pass away, their children will perform funeral rites and continue to dedicate the positivity of good deeds for their parents. Okay? So this is their expectation. And this is in terms of the teacher. Yeah. This teacher, 5 ways to do teachers minister. Okay, so they train them so that they have been well trained. They hold fast that which is well held. They thoroughly instruct them in the lore of every art. They speak well of them among their friends and companions. They provide for their safety in every quarter. So this is from Singalavada Sutta. Okay? So this is from Singalavada Sutta. And in return,
Oh.
This is a student's duty as to raising to receive them by waiting upon them, eagerness to learn, and personal service, attention when receiving their teaching. That is again from Sigalawada Sutta. This is attending
คุณ
to
คารวะ
children. Sorry, a teacher. So this is a respect to those who are worthy in two ways, with gifts and with practice. Do you remember with gifts, what is it called? Amisa puja. And then patipatti puja. There's two.
ปฏิบัติบูชา is high level than
and
amis time อามิสบูชา
Can you grab some water?
okay.
มีคนมาเหรอเจ้าคะ
Okay. So this is Vaya Vachamai.
วัยยาวัจมัยหมอนึกถึงวัยยาวัจกรเลย
Vaya Vachakon. That is the one. Yes.
เนาะ
ช่วยเหลือผู้ช่วยเหลือพระศาสนาวิยาวัจกร
วัยยาวัจกร
Okay. Anything you want to ask?
นี่ท่านผู้ชมเดี๋ยวนะหมอว่านะ ที่แบบว่าที่ทำความเคารพคนแก่ คนแก่แล้วก็คนที่อาวุโสกับเราอ่ะ ที่ถ้าเรารู้ว่าเขาเลวร้ายมากๆอย่างฮิตเลอร์อย่างเงี้ย แล้วก็เราไม่ทำความเคารพอ่ะ หมอว่ามันอาจจะเป็นกรรมที่ดีกว่ากรรมไม่ดีนะเจ้าค่ะ เพราะว่าถ้าคนอื่นเห็นน่ะ ก็จะถ้าเราเคารพอ่ะคนอื่นก็จะเห็นว่า เอ๊ะทำไมเคารพคนไม่ดี เนี่ย เด็กก็จะคิดว่าทำอย่างเงี้ยถูกแล้วนะ
Okay, I will let you decide. I can't decide whether you want to respect it or not.
Okay. I will stop about this topic.
I let you decide. I cannot make a decision on that.
But see, when we talk about like subjectively, some people thought it was good, but there is an objective wrong, right? There is something absolutely that is wrong. It doesn't matter what you think. If you do something that is wrong,
Yeah.
so in that case, it's not a very good excuse to say some people think it's okay that Hitler killed the Jews, because it was wrong what he did.
Yeah.
So if that is something that is objectively bad, it's not like an interpretation of a law. I'm talking objectively.
Yeah.
It's absolutely bad. Then, you know, we can't really say, but some people think it's okay to respect him. These people are wrong. Like Hitler.
Yeah. Today is actually the day of a Holocaust. Holocaust Day.
Oh, I thought it was last week. Huh?
I was just preparing. Today, big ceremony going all around, everywhere. Even the city council, Aberdeen.
Do we have to do anything?
Okay. So I will leave you to decide. But one thing is, just check your own karma. Be responsible of your own action, and not others. Do not look others.
The important question here is not whether we should pay respect to Hitler or not.
Hmm.
The answer is quite obvious, but whether we should avoid what he did or not.
Hmm.
Or if somebody comes to you and tries to talk about Hitler's ideas, like tries to talk to you about how we need to get rid of these people or that people, then the question there is, you know, like that's the important part for you. It's like, am I gonna respect these ideas or not? What is important to me? What is my karma? Will I take part in this murder or justification of murder, or do the right thing and walk away, or admonish?
Okay.
Because Hitler's dead, but his ideas are still around, you know.
We also have a similar idea too. Not only Hitler. We also think that we are this ethnic group, that ethnic group. We are belong to this nation, that nation. We believe in this religion, that religion. We are already have that. We are creating by ourselves too. And somebody invades in us, and we say that, oh, they are invading my country, oh, they are invading my culture, my religion. And what happens? It brings a conflict. Yeah. But we all have that mindset. It's up to us how to take that mindset out from us, and also helping others not to have that. So that's why, as long as people haven't attained the sotapanna, this personality we call a sakaya ditti, we still have that differences. We still have that biasness. Doesn't matter what. Yeah? And we feel very happy when we are talking about our own culture, our own religion, our own country. Why? Yeah, we have this identity. This is me. This is belongs to me. This is mine. And we do not see others as same as we. So therefore, the Buddha's teachings is to take away these views of belongs to me, the nation, the country, the ethnicity, the religion, and see that everyone is subject to birth, decay, and death. When we see everyone is in that way, then we will not commit any such similar to Hitler or Pol Pot or Abu Bakr or whoever, Caesar in during ancient time, like that.
It's kind of why talking tomorrow is Poya Day, right?
Yeah.
You asked me to talk about Sri Lanka. I'm kind of hesitant because of that. Because when you start talking and your national pride is intoxicated.
Yeah.
And some people use it to justify the breaking the Sila. Because there are even some individuals who say there are some very bad monks, but okay, they are defending our Buddhist culture, but then they were caught drink driving. But it's okay, you know. So it's like a sort of a dangerous thing to start promoting your culture. Because I think what I'm trying to do as a monk is not to be this or that, but be just to be a human being.
Yeah. That's the teachings of the Buddha. Overcoming the identity of me, mine, taking out your ethnicity, nationality, basically your identity. Who am I? Yeah? And that is the state of sotapanna. So again, we have to accept that as long as people haven't attain the Sotapanna, and these conflict will be always there. It's just a matter of how big and how small. That's all. It will be there all the time. Even our own culture, we have, and they are from north, we are from south, we are from center. Yeah, that
Yeah.
biasness is there.
Even when you're in one city, like
Yeah.
I'm from the east,
Yeah.
like London. I'm
Yeah.
from East London. You know, I'm from this postcode.
Yeah. So I am from posh area, you are from not posh area, like that. Why? Because we always want to project ourselves as a better, as a good, and we define ourselves by our name, our ethnicity, our place and culture, nationality, religion, like that. So we have to break that boundaries, and only then there won't be any conflict. And that is the beauty. That's why I always see the Sangha. Once you become a monk, you are simply a monk. You are not belong to any other culture or any other nationalities. You are a monk. Uh,
I teacher, I remember one story. You know,
yeah.
ที่เดี๋ยวนะ I will speak in Thai นะ ที่ที่มีพระที่แบบประพฤติตัวไม่ดี แต่ว่าก็มีคนเขาเรียกอะไรนะนิมนต์ไป เพราะว่าเป็นเหมือน symbol of สังฆะใช่ไหม
Yeah.
represent symbol of สังฆะแบบ
I think
despite
I've heard the story before.
ใช่ไหม
Yeah.
เรื่องอะไรนะ เรื่องอะไรนะ
I don't remember the name of the story, but I told you this story when we were talking about the Sangadana, that this monk behaving not good, but one day this Upasaka invited the monks, but due to no monks available, the temple asked him to have this monk as a representation of the Sangha. So he welcomed him with great respect. When other people ask, oh, we thought that you didn't like this monk because he was behaving not well. Why you invited him to the house and well fed and well respected? And he said that, oh, because he is representing the Sangha. I am respecting to the Sangha, not this individual. Yeah, like that. So that's why, anyway, we have to see that
เดี๋ยวท่านสุชนคนที่นิมนต์นะบรรลุโสดาบันใช่ไหมเจ้าค่ะ
ใช่
โอเคถึงว่า
And Buddha said even this earth will be destroyed one day.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, scientifically, yeah, it's gonna get burned up by the sun, or like you know, the whole universe is gonna die anyway. So why are you so angry about this little piece of land?
But as a lay family, in living in a family householder, even the small inches are so important.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Buddha's teachings is to excel these boundaries so that there won't be any troubles. Yeah, it's like a utopian view.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is, but that's the thing. It's also not, because Buddha accepts the fact that it's not gonna be like this.
No, yeah.
Only very few people can reach this stage, and it requires so much effort and so much commitment. The world will never really be this ideal view, but you have to make it within yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why it's up to you to define.
Okay.
But from my understanding, the more you practice, the more you will be able to let go of these identities. It's much easier. And then every time when you are talking, or every time when you are in anywhere, any meetings or any groups, communities, that time you can check yourself at all the time. And am I having those thoughts? Am I holding those concepts? Because the moment when you are holding those concepts in your mind, you see that you are different than anybody else. You become a different by yourself, not by themselves. And then even small things they do, you take it as an offense. Yes, because I am Asian now, they are behaving this way. Yes, I am Buddhist, that's why they are behaving like that. Yes, because I wear differently, they are behaving differently like that. Sometimes they do not do that.
They don't mean it.
They didn't mean it. They just happened, and then you take it, and then you exaggerate it.
You can't too sensitive.
Yeah.
But yes, this is why time to time you need to go and be alone.
Yeah.
It's like this monk was saying that they were doing a study on people's brains, and they found that advanced meditators, they have this tendency to I don't know how to say it, like the right side and the left side. The left side is very active, so they are more inclined to think of things in an abstract or emotional way. So they are much kinder and much gentler. But he's saying every meditator will reach this stage, like once you start developing the bhojangas, that you will start seeing everything as just the same, and you will including things like food, and like you will see that everything has is the same. Like these just two different sides. Like we in Sri Lanka, we have this legend of this ghost called Mohini. So she's a very beautiful woman on the front, and she's got a baby, and usually she comes out to the sound of music or at night and seducing young men. So if you take the baby, she will eat you, or if you try to hug her or something, you will notice that in the back there is a huge, disgusting wound full of pus and worms. So this is like a personification of it's the same thing. Like like there are two sides to the same thing. There are different sides to the same thing, and as you meditate, you start seeing both of these things. And the hard part about meditation and hard part about this path is not reaching that stage, but reaching that stage and not being scared and not and wanting to go forward instead of running back to the karma loka or to the division, to divide things and to say this is good, this is bad, I like, I dislike, and rather than that, just to take it. It's a very
Okay.
good analogy. Yeah, cool
Yeah.
story.
So that's why the more you practice and the more you understood the teachings, and you become more inclined to understand others, and you're inclined to accept others. There are many people, not only the monks, even the lay people and monks, when they are practicing meditation a lot, they look down on someone who doesn't practice. And then that is already wrong. That is something wrong with there. But the person who has practiced meditation for long time and having seen someone who is not practicing, rather than generating hate or feeling of a better than them, developing the compassion. Oh, wish they can practice, wish they know this, or wish they come to practice, like that thought comes, then that is good.
Compassion.
Yeah, compassion. So that's why I always say to everyone that if you want to test your meditation, that whether how much developed, check by knowing that how much Brahma Vihara you have, how much metta you have towards others, how much compassion you have to others, and how much you can rejoice on someone's success, and how much you can keep your mind in balance. And that is how you can judge yourself whether your meditation is developed or not. No one can tell you that your meditation is good. You may be lying to a teacher by reading books and, oh, Achan, I have been meditating this amount of a time, and I see my mind was so calm, and my mind was so serene, and I know everything that is happening. And I am not engaging with that sayings and thoughts, and my mind was just watching calmly.
I have this.
That's declare ใช่ไหม
I have this jhanas, this jnanas, I have attained this and I have attained that. I wonder, Achan, where is my meditation?
I think you know already what thing you think.
Yeah. So,
that is declaring ใช่ไหม ใช่ป่ะ
mhm,
to show
show off that I am
show off
I am a meditator. I am a good meditator, and you show off. Good meditator will never show. Good meditator is like the earth, like the water, just on the flow. And my simile, I always take a simile of a good meditator is like the water. Whichever jar you pour that water, the water simply becomes like that jar. Flexibility, adaptability, adjustive.
flexible ใช่ไหม flexible
Your mind becomes so soft that you can adjust and adapt everywhere, every situation, and you will have a great patience in every conditions. You dislike, you still can be there watching your dislikes. You like, you watch that. You know you like it. That's why I am sitting. You dislike, you also sitting there. You know that I dislike, but I am sitting. There is no judgment of anything. You will know everything as they are, and you're adapting to every situation. And that is the what's called the measurement of measuring your level of a meditation. When somebody shouted at you, watch that shout and see how much you are having anger, how much you are having a negativity, how fast it is growing, what is your reaction. And that is a way to define how much you have developed, how quickly you can catch that emotions. And when you able to catch those emotions, then you automatically becomes humble. Automatically you adapt like the water adapting to the different jars. So if you may have remember in I think Majjhima Nikaya, yeah, Majjhima Nikaya, Rahula Vada Sutta, the Buddha gave a discourse to the Rahula about practicing. Be like the earth, be like the water, be like the wind, be like the fire. Yeah, you remember? No, do you know Rahula Vada
รา
Sutta?
ราหุลละอ๋อ ที่พระราหุลstay in the bathroom ใช่ไหม
No, that's not the one.
ไม่
Another
ใช่
one.
หรอ
The Buddha's instruction to Rahula about be like the earth, be like the water, be like the fire, be like the wind. That on earth people throw all the rubbish, but earth never complains. People throw plenty of goods and bads in the water. Water never complains. Yeah, people throw in the fire, good and bad. Fire never complains. Even you put the wet things, the fire never complains. Wind also. Yeah, so that's why the teachings of the Buddha's instruction to the Rahula, basically teaching us to be how humble we have to be. Yeah, and that comes from the practice. The more you understand, the better you will become to be in that way.
Okay.
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 So I don't know where we are here, how we are here.
Almost turning back to meditation.
Okay, so I think about the Patidana and the Patanamodana will come on Friday. Okay, so you can think of Patidana, the story from Patidana.
Patidana.
Okay, Petavattu, all the Petavattus. You can start from there.
Petavattu.
The book from Petavattu. Yeah.
ปฏิทานะอมิสทานเหรอ ปฏิทานะ
Patithana and then Patanamodana. So Patidana is making a merits and dedicating to the departed ones. Yeah. Patanamodana is rejoicing on others' offerings or merits. Right? We will discuss on two. Now, you can think of the stories of each of these two topics. Patidana is sharing a merit to the departed one. There's plenty of stories in Petavattu. Okay, and Patanamodana also stories. This one you can get it from Vimanavattu stories. Yeah, those who have reborn in the heavenly world, sometimes simply just paying respect.
วิมานใช่ไหมวิมานวัตถุ
Yeah, or sometimes just seeing and saying, I rejoice in your offerings. Okay, that's a Patanamodana. These two stories. Okay, you can take
I will tell ท่านจิ๊บ to
Patanamodana.
ปัตตานุโมทนา
So Patanamodana, these days we call sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That's also comes anumodana. Yeah. So patta and then anumodana.
Our homework is ปัตตานุโมทนา or ปัตตาทานะ
Patithana, whichever, both.
Patidana, Patanamodana.
Okay.
เจ้าค่ะ
Okay. So this is we'll hear the stories from there. Okay.
วิมานวัตถุ Okay.
Patanamodana you have to find from Vimanavattu and the Patidana is from Petavattu.
Petavattu.
Any beings, those who have reborn in the Petas, Parathattu Jivi Petas. Okay, stories on
เปร
that.
ตเปรต In Thai words is เปรต
Okay, so we will stop here for today. Okay, and
เจ้าค่ะ